Rio Ferdinand, Rachel Brown-Finnis and Peter Crouch on our brand new bench. Just wanted you to feel at home, Peter.
Yes, there's a few of these now and then.
What impressed you, Rio, about the way Fulham started that match?
I don't know if I'm more impressed by that little savagery there on Crouchy. But no, you know what?
Friends.
Do you know what it was? It's the intensity. I think you come up as a team promoted, you need to come with the intensity and put the opposing team, especially a team like Liverpool, under pressure. This Liverpool team has seemed like they've been suffocated at times. Yes, they've had their chances twice, but I've been so impressed with Fulham. I think the mantra has been for them is to get the ball wide when they've had opportunities and cross the ball, make this Liverpool team defend, and they've done that to a T. 14 crosses in that first half.
You said before the game, Peter, for Mitrovic, it was all going to be about the service, and he got that today.
Oh, without doubt. I mean, as a forward, and you see those ball crosses, your eyes light up. You're nothing. You know, this was something I used to do, constantly. But obviously, early on in the build-up, potential foul there. I feel Liverpool can feel aggrieved because, he did stand on his foot, but I get it, move on. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. From then on, Fulham get the ball down the right-hand side. And this ball here, as a forward, I used to do it a lot, pull on the full-back because, the centre-halves are, very aggressive, good in the air, pull on the full-back and Trent just couldn't live with it.
What can Trent do there to put you off? What used to put you off on the back post?
I was just as you jump. If you get Gary Neville was really good at it. He knew that I've got the height advantage on him, but he's got to be stronger. And as you jump, you can barge him, put him off, or even hold on to him. Under the reference, you need to have more strength there defensively.
At no point in the flight of that ball has he even looked that way. He's not even checked. He's got his body, his back's facing Mitrovic coming in. He's in no position stance-wise to even put the brakes on if that's the best thing to do or to get a lead. Does nothing at all.
I think also they know Mitrovic is the danger. Sometimes what I would do was I would follow you to the back post sometimes because we knew you was a danger man. No one else is the risk. But Van Dijk or Matip could do that. But tactically you've got to decide that before the game. And if they haven't done that, then Trent's got to do his job.
So hard to defend against that type of ball.
Do you think Liverpool have every right to feel aggrieved with that challenge from Polinia?
No, I don't think there's much in that. It's not a challenge, it's just where his standing foot lands. And in the lead up to this, there were numerous occasions where the referee let little bits of nibbles, little bits of contact go, which I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, VAR have said it's subjective and too far away, so they're not looking into it. Yeah, great first day. They were at fault for that second Liverpool goal, but overall, how well did Fulham do at the back today, Rio? Especially as Marco Silva has made a lot of the fact he's just got two senior centre-backs, Shane Duffy coming in on loan very late as well.
Yeah, I think they'll go again in the market to find another centre-back. I think having four who are capable will be a better situation for them. But I thought today, everyone at that back four done their job. Yes, for one of the goals, you could say that there was maybe communication issues. But I think in a game of this magnitude against a team of the calibre of Liverpool, they're going to ask questions of you and they're going to pull people in and out of position. I thought Robertson was the standout of the back four for me for Fulham. But I thought the intensity was the key thing. Yes, concentration is key as well, but the intensity of the way they played, they were on the front foot all game and made it hard. They were aggressive. Every time the ball went into an attacking player, Liverpool in a red shirt, they were there against people, making sure they had to work hard even to get a yard of space.
That's the thing, isn't it? They were so good on the ball last season. Was that what was most impressive, just how effective they were off the ball today?
Yeah, they had to go in expecting they weren't going to be on the ball as much as they were used to last season against a team of this calibre. But I think the game plan they executed was in acceptance of that. And so out of possession, they hustled around, but they didn't just do it individually were pressing the ball. They did it collectively, did it, the two in midfield, one dropping a bit deep, Pereira coming in off to join in with that press in midfield to congest it. When Fulham were in possession, then he would go and join in with Mitrovic. So I think the movement off the ball was absolutely fantastic and really well coordinated. You can see what Silva's been working on, in the off-season, and it absolutely pulled it off today.
He said they weren't ready, Marco Silva, before the match. Did it look like that?
Yep, managers are always saying that if you want to go in the transfer market, you're never happy with the business they've done. They always want more players. I think obviously the centre backs, having that pair, if one of those gets injured, I know they've brought in Duffy, but they need strength in those areas. But those two midfielders in front of them today, I thought Polino especially. Yeah. I mean, he looks like a real top sign. I think he's going to be important for them this year.
And Mitrovic, you said he was an absolute animal today. Did he make a bit of a statement? Because there's always lots of questions about him when he's playing in the Premier League.
I think whether he liked it or not, he had a point to prove today, because last time they were here, people were pointing the finger and asking questions of him. Today, he's got a long way to answering that. He's got to do it over a consistent, sustained amount of time, we know. But today, doing it against a player who's regarded probably as the best centre-back in the world right now, Van Dijk, he made it difficult for him. They're here, he munches this cross up. Karachi was licking his lips as it came in.
Oh, mate, honestly.
It's like they dream of.
It's perfect. That type of ball as well, especially. But the best thing I can say about Mitrovic today is sometimes Van Dijk and Matip or Konate, they come on, they don't even look like they played a game. Today, they knew they were in a game, and that was down to him. I thought he was magnificent today.
That little check-in field there just left it. You could see the clash of the knees. There wasn't the feet, but it's the knees. It's a definite penalty. No kind of consideration in that. But it just shows he's not just a target man, hang time, strong. He's quick feet as well, and that's unstoppable. Keeper, you can see, doesn't react, goes that way, but still doesn't have the power to get down and save it. Perfect.
I think what Silva will be pleased with as well, yes, they defended well, yes, they carried out his instructions really well, intensity, etc. But they had a bit of an edge up front as well. They had an out. A lot of teams come up especially, and they're very compact, and they sit and they wait to be... They on the counter-attack, and when they created chances, they hit the post at times, and so that's a good element as well, not just being hard to beat.
Not many players do that to Van Dijk, do they?
I thought they'd done that, and that's the important part. We questioned before the game, can they get good ball into him? Today they did. He threw Jordan Henderson off there like an old coach.
Yeah, but then it was beauty. It was obviously beast, and then beauty. It was a lovely Cruyff, and it was good hold-up play. I thought he was fantastic today, and obviously I think with him he's not going to run away from people. He's not going to run past too many people.
But is he much more of an all-round centre forward?
Yeah, he is. But what I'm saying is you need pace around him. You need players around him supporting him. Otherwise, if you can't just leave him isolated on his own, and today they did get round him, and he was the focal point.
Is that because this team play completely to his strengths?
Yeah,
under Marco Silva.
You set up and you know that he's your main guy. He's the one who's going to get goals for you. So you've got to play to his strengths, and that is holding it up. It's playing off and having runners. And I think Anthony Robinson was excellent about supporting from a full-back role as and when. Cabano down the right-hand side, he put the ball in for the goal. They had numbers flooding forwards to attack. That last little bit of footage there was in the extra time of 90 minutes, and Mitrovic was still holding the ball up really well for his team and just buying his team a few more minutes.
I don't think we can get carried away, but I think it's a big difference today, and you'd like to think it would carry on now, given what we've seen today, is that last time they were up, I don't feel they played completely to his strengths, whereas this first evidence that we're getting here today seems like Pereira even, he's new in the door. Every
Did
time
we
he got
get
the
a taste of what he can bring today then?
Yeah,
Pereira?
but Pereira, every time he got the ball, he's looking for Mitrovic. Every time they get wide, they're crossing the ball, 14 crosses in the first half. And I think Wilson's missing. It was a big provider of chances for, I think, 10 goals he created last season for Mitrovic. And I think they're going to need that again. Make him the focal point. I mean, Karachi, as a centre-forward, if you're the person that they're always looking for, that must give you huge confidence.
That's what you want. I mean, I just want to be hit from all angles, like obviously diagonals into chest. You can, set up from there and obviously crosses into the box. Like you say, 14 crosses, that's what he thrives off. And certainly last time they're up here, they didn't play to his strengths. He got dropped quite a lot. And I think that's played, people have looked at him and said, oh, can he do it in the Premier League? But I don't think he was given the opportunity to do it. I think this season he will be the main man, and I think we'll see the rewards of that.
We've got 26 more days of the transfer window. Do you think after that performance, especially, Marco Silva is definitely going to get a bit more money to spend?
I don't know, it could work two ways, couldn't it? The sort of backroom staff sort of say, look at that performance against Liverpool, against that calibre of teams, and you can do it, but you got to have depth. So it's a long old season, take everything into account. Of course, he's gonna want to buy to strengthen his squad. Simple as that. I mean, Mitrovic, if he goes, what have you got in reserve?
I think Marco Silva is an astute man. He was disappointed. You could see that in his tone before the game. Obviously, that'll be changing right now, but I think that gives him even more to go with to the owners and say, listen, reinforce what I've started with. We do need more. We need that depth. We need more quality.
Especially after that second goal they conceded as well, when he's crying out for centre-backs.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, that's the area that's just jumping out at people, but I think it's true what you say. If Mitrovic goes down, they're going to be in a lot of bother. I mean, a lot of teams, the main striker goes down, but you need something in and around that. But there was a lot to be positive about today for Fulham, and this place is going to be important as well. Keep this atmosphere going.
Wolves and Brentford coming up for them as well. Still in your bottom three?
No, it'd be interesting to see how they play in those games, you know, because they've got, certainly at home, you'd think they'd have a little bit more possession, you know, will they change the side a little bit, you know, will there be a more attacking? So that'll be the test, because those games are going to be key for them.
Bit more belief they can stick around now, Rachel?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I do a lot to consolidate that sense of belief and togetherness and that team dynamic. But absolutely right. When they're not going to dominate, or when they are going to have more possession on the ball, it'd be interesting to see actually how Marco Silva sets up. Does he play with those, you know, overlapping full-backs? Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that, and maybe out of my bottom three for now.
For now. Doesn't take you long to change your mind. Marco Silva obviously delighted there, saying they matched Liverpool today. Lots to build on, Rio.
Yeah, and I think that's the one element. We all know what it's like. You go into games and you're playing against the bigger teams, and the teams you know have got more quality, they've got more experience, they're used to winning. The first thing you have to do is match them physically. Can you go in there and win the battle individually, but also as a team? And today I thought that they were more than a match for Liverpool, and they asked Liverpool, can you go at this pace from minute 1 to the 90th minute? And we were saying in here, wasn't we? Can they do this again? The first half, brilliant, energy-wise. Can they match the next 45 with it? And they did.
They didn't get all 3 points, though. Darwin Nuniz involved in both of Liverpool's goals today. What did you make of his impact off the bench?
Yeah, good impact. You know, can't do any more. Obviously, he's been involved in both goals. I thought he led the line well. I think there's lots more to come for him. I think it's a tremendous signing, but he was a thorn constantly when he came on. I thought Harvey Elliott as well. I think he's going to have a real good season this year. I think they've talked about creativity in Liverpool's midfield. I think he's the man to bring it this year. I really do. I think he's going to be...
Bit of help off Adebayo there.
How important is that run across the front there?
Yeah,
he surprises the defender, doesn't he?
It's all about the timing, isn't it? It's about, like, you know, he's got to delay it. He can't go in there too early and be waiting. He seems to time his runs to perfection.
Defenders got this one wrong, didn't they? Ream Tosin came across, didn't call off Ream. Ream jumps for it and flicks it into the path of Nunez, but couldn't have been an easier gift, really, for Liverpool at that point. And they've been sublime, the centre-halves, until that point for Fulham.
Sorry, man. I was just say, being a forward as well, like all 3 of them today, like Mitrovic, Salah, Nunez, all got off to a flying start. It's so important opening day.
OK, well, Nunez off the mark in the Premier League. The VAR didn't get involved because they said it was subjective, but also it was too far away, so Klopp spot on there. Can you see, though, why he wasn't in a hugging mood, Peter?
Yeah, certainly. You know, it was below par. For Liverpool standards, they were far below that, weren't they? Certainly first half, and I thought it was a really good, honest interview from Jurgen Klopp. He didn't come out and defend that. He just said it wasn't good enough, and I think that was there for us all to see. If you don't match the sort of the energy, the determination of the home team, certainly on the opening day, and I think sort of going forward they couldn't get through the lines, as he mentioned. I thought he summed it up perfectly. OK, well, thank you very much for your company.